Welcome back to Manifestation Momentum. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited that you're here. In case you missed it, so far this month, we stepped into a high vibe activity, lazy high vibe. All you have to do to get there is to listen to the story. And the next video, we talked about making choices, offering yourself choices, and what language to use while you made those choices. Last week, we talked about leaving space to be a whole ass human who has bad hair days and stubs their toes and is late to work occasionally, while still keeping the energy of manifestation going. If you missed it, do go back and get caught up here somewhere. There's a link to a playlist with all of those videos to date, because here's the thing. We've got today's video to cover. Today is going to add to those lessons that we learned already. And this is the exciting part. We are leading up to a 5-day challenge that takes everything that you've learned so far this week and transmutes it into your ability to ask the universe for whatever you desire in such a way that you can actually receive it. So, if you want to get in on that challenge, it is a free 5-day challenge. Go join the Manifestation Salon on Facebook. There's a link in the description below that will get you there. You can join. And today's lesson is going to get you ready for the challenge. The way that I practice law of attraction, right? It's kind of a system. And I like to set as much of the system on autopilot as possible. So the first week, we stepped into a high vibe activity. High vibe activity is something up here that just hangs out and is high vibe, and you occasionally choose to step in and spend 12 minutes, 20 minutes, 4 hours, an hour, 10 minutes, whatever amount of time it takes to do this activity. And then we just walk away and leave that to cook, right? And then we're building these micro habits that pull us back to that high vibe activity or reanimate that high vibe energy that's just cooking from the last high vibe activity that we did. And these micro habits are just little bursts that reinforce that high vibe energy, but also support us in our daily life. They fit seamlessly into everything we do. This month, the high vibe activity that we talked about was asking ourselves, which do we desire? Which reawakened the energy that we got when we watched that first video where we learned about my experience at the eye doctor. It's entertaining, right? It's the kind of high vibe activity. You can be lazy, you can be sit there playing cell phone games and just listening to the story while you chill out. And that's totally high vibe enough. The what do I prefer, what do I desire in any given second is enough to reanimate that energy. And then last week, we talked about taking the time to be human and handling our human emotions. We talked about finding alignment and authentically being in the moment with our emotions. What do I feel in this moment? What do I feel right now? And we talked just a little bit about how we can then shift that, but still have our human experience of the stubbed toe, the spilled coffee, the bad hair day, whatever it is. We have room to be human. And that's my energetic system. The high vibe, the micro habits, the being human. But here's the thing. Sometimes this closed system just needs to cook. We need to leave it all alone. We set up some great stuff. It's all cooking. It's all rolling. And that's when we step over here into distraction. Because we don't want to mess with this. This is a closed circuit system over here that we've built. And it's doing its job. It's doing a great thing. But I want to go mess with it. I want to go poke it. Can I poke it with a stick? I'll poke it with a stick. No, you got to distract yourself from that, because you've just set up this perfect system that's going to keep cooking and keep percolating and bringing you the things. So distraction is what we're covering this week. Distraction can be anything. You can distract yourself with an interior design project or an organization project or something at work or something goal-oriented. So the distraction of this week is actually going to lay the foundation and clear the decks so that when we get to the challenge next week, you're super ready and you're super, super, super primed to move into that heightened power of the 5-day free challenge in the Manifestation Salon. Speaking of which, if you haven't had a chance to join the Manifestation Salon yet, there's a link in the description below. Go join, because next week is a free 5-day challenge that is going to unlock your ability to ask the universe for what you desire in such a way that makes it easy for it all to come to you. So the distraction of this week is closing small loops. You are looking for micro annoyances in your life, in your house, in your professional life, in your career, in your relationships, whatever. You just want to look around for anything that's quick and easy to deal with. There's a letter on your kitchen counter that needs to go in the mailbox. Seal it and walk it to the mailbox. If you do one thing in a day, that's amazing. If you do 3 things in a day, that is amazing. If you do 15 things in a day, wow, take a bow. That was fantastic. It doesn't matter how many of these loops you close in a day, but every day you need to try and just handle some microaggression in your life, some little thing that's been lingering on your to-do list for no reason other than it's not important enough to be a priority. Use this week and spend a little bit of time every day handling some of those little things to clear the decks and make room for next week. Believe it or not, it will actually move you forward. It will actually clear your headspace, and it'll resolve some of the chaos around you, which will in turn make it easier to manifest next week during the Ask Challenge. You've got this. I firmly believe that you can have, be, or do anything you want. I believe that we all have the ability to manifest. I believe that you, specifically you, can manifest absolutely anything you desire. You've got this. I'll see you next week in the challenge.